Great to have your company on NBL now. It is Monday morning. We have seen the NBL Blitz for 2025 come and go. This is NBL Now with thanks to CODE Sports. I'm Jack Heverin, Damon Lowry on location for today's episode in Darwin. Damon, welcome to you. You missed the Blitz. What a week we had.
Jack, my man, thanks for having me, man. Yeah, I'm up here in Darwin, man. I'm at the Hoops for Health sessions. I'm helping out Timmy Duggan, doing a great job up here. People from NBL would remember young Timmy Duggan. And shout out to the people of Canberra, man. They turned it on. Yes, I'm remote, but I watched every single game of that Blitz. And I hate I missed out, but I was up here cooking.
Well, let's start with that before we get into the nuts and bolts. It was an outstanding Blitz, and that's not a company line or that's not the token thing to say. I thought it was brilliant, Damon. Sold out almost every night. Great crowds, great atmosphere, intelligent basketball fans in the nation's capital as well. And the standard of games from night one all the way through to the end matched that as well. To me, it ticks so many boxes.
The people of Canberra voted with their feet, Jack. When we're talking about expansion, yes, we brought the Blitz to Darwin before. It's built on the Gold Coast. But the people of Canberra have showed everybody what they're about. Passionate basketball supporters, rich history. They did their job. The NBL also did their job because the product has never been better. The talent on display, I haven't seen talent this much, Jack, in the 30-odd years I've been here.
Let's talk about the winners to start with. The New Zealand Breakers were winners of the Loggins Bruton Cup, and Isaiah Brockington, one of their new imports for this season, won the Ray Borner medal as the best player during the Blitz. The Breakers showed out. They were great.
Now, it's hard to say congratulations for winning the Blitz because we congratulated the Brisbane Bullets last season. We saw that panned out for them guys. But I will acknowledge the fact that New Zealand went 2-0. That's all I can say. I can't give them a congratulations. But I'll tell you what, though, that Isaiah Buckington, that's what I'm calling him, Isaiah Buckington, that dude cannot be stopped scoring one-on-one. You got no shot. And I was hoping that Petri Coppinen, head coach, put a nice running mate next to PJC. He did that. That backcourt is as lethal as they come. That guy is must-see TV, man. I cannot wait for the season to start to watch Isaiah do his thing.
So you're seeing connection already between those two?
Without a doubt. You got to have somebody that can, run with Parker. Now, we saw Matt Mooney last year do a real good job running with Parker because Parker's the fastest man in the league, arguably. So you can't have somebody that's slow on the trot. He's going to attract so much attention. He's going to suck the defense in because he's a one-man fast break. Now he can just kick it out to somebody that can make a play. And Isaiah Brockington, that is that guy. So, yeah, that backcourt is rock solid. And all they got to do now is just get Kareem Lopez more in the mix because we didn't see him at all in the Blitz. Obviously, Sam Meninga's on board. And the rest of that Kiwi connection, they're going to make some noise.
Now, we could go through every team top to bottom. We won't. This is a snapshot of everything that happened last week at the CODE Sports NBL Blitz. But just top line, Damon, what did you see that you liked from either a player or a team? We can go through a few of them.
Oh, man, I liked the backcourt of Melbourne United. Now, normally when we talk Melbourne United backcourt, we talk Shea Illy, we talk Matthew Dellavedova, Ian Clark, who had a great time when he was out here. But this backcourt of Tyson Walker from Michigan State, New York born and bred, and a new improved Milton Doyle. Now, you're probably thinking, why would you say improved? Because Milton Doyle is already a champion, already a first-team NBL kind of guy. But leaving that Tassie, the Jackie way, it is now United way. And Milton Doyle, man, we're going to see a new level of Milton Doyle. But that Tyson Walker, man, thank you for bringing out a pure point guard. The little man is still back, Jack. The little big man society is represented once again. And Tyson, man, this dude can do whatever he wants to do on the floor, man. So that backcourt between them two, when you add a healthy CG43 out there, man, Dean, well done to you.
Hey, speaking of the little big man society, I did think of you the other night with the Jack Jumpers. Tiger Campbell came in as the late change or the late inclusion for Sean McDonald, who's going to miss the season with Tasmania due to an ACL. He's 5'11", so he qualifies, and he looked pretty good.
Jack, Little Big Man Society took a hit in the offseason. We lost Derek Walton Jr. We lost the president, Jordan Crawford. I'm like, oh, we lost James Bateman, who dropped 51 last year. I was worried on behalf of all the little big men in Australia. And Scott Roth, head coach Scott Roth, comes out and he brings in Tiger Campbell, who I remember vividly from that unbelievable March Madness run he had leading UCLA all the way to the championship game. Pure point guard. Now, here's this subtle difference between him and that plutonium that was Jordan Crawford. Tiger Campbell plays with a little more poise. He plays a little more control that I feel like Scott Roth can trust. He's got a lot of Shawnee Mack in him. He also has some Jordan Crawford in him. He can go out and get you a bucket whenever he needs to. He get himself into the key, create contact, hits his little floaters. This guy is polished, and I'm telling you, man, I'm going to have to hold another election for the president. I might have to have an election halfway through the season for the president of the Little Big Man Society, but Tiger Campbell is a real one.
What about the Perth Wildcats, Damon? All eyes were on them I keep calling it the post-Bryce Cotton era, but that's what it is. And they still are yet to sign an import point guard, but we expect that to be high level. Ben Henschel saw more of the ball. Dylan Windler saw more of the ball. They did it without Joe Lawala-Chul. What did you make of the Wildcats first up?
On paper, Jack, without a point guard, that team is still top four-ish. But Benny Henschel, with all due respect to Henny and Coach, he is not a point guard. He is a scoring two guard. He did some ball carrying duties because it was the blitz. But they have got to get a PG, and I'm telling you, Jack, the league is so tight this year, they can't be missing games. He needs to be here for round one, whoever this guard is, because the league is just too tough. But we didn't get to see JLA, Joe Alachul. We didn't get to see him. Christian Doolittle sat out game two. But I'm extremely impressed with Dylan Windler, the left-handed sniper who had a couple moments last season that showed us what he's really capable of. I'm looking forward to another full season out of him. So, yeah, they're going to be up there around the mix, but I'm reserving all championship predictions until I see who this PG is.
What about concerns? Did you see anything over the course of the week that worried you?
Now, again, I don't want to go too early because it's the preseason. First of all, the Kansas Taipans are way better on paper than they have ever been since they made the championship series. Kudos to Adam Ford and what he has put together roster-wise. They're just gonna have to gel. We didn't get to see Rain Smith at all. Yes, we saw him in the Asia Cup, but we didn't get to see him wearing the orange for the Taipans. We didn't get to see Ashton Higgins. So, Jack, we can't make a call yet. So, all reserve. I'm not gonna run him down because I need to see him at full strength. My Illawarra Hawks, Jack, the defending champs, I like the point guard. Let me go on record as saying, as the spokesperson for the Illawarra Hawks, I'm on board Jaquari McLaughlin. Sorry. I'm on board. He fits that mold that Justin Tatum likes. 6'4", strong, point guard, plays with poise, a lot like Tranquil. He was in Indonesia, so Justin Tatum got a real good look at him. But we didn't get to see JaVale McGee. So many unknowns. So the biggest takeaway for me is how much I don't know. I don't know what they're going to look like. We didn't get to see Kendrick Davis. I don't know how him and Billy are going to work. Okay, they played earlier in a practice game, but you know what I mean, Jack? I need to see multiple reps. So I didn't get enough of that.
What about any teams or players that you change your mind on after this week? And I think you've done a very good job of stressing that you don't want to go too early with anyone yet. But the reality is it is September the 1st and the first game is September 18th. So we're closer than what we think. Yeah. Anyone that you changed your opinion on?
I have. And this is with all due respect to Finn Delaney. I didn't think, now I know that, hey, Coach Dave Rickerman loves his 6'7" power forward types. He loves his Jack Whites, his Luke Travers. I didn't think Finn Delaney was going to be that inside-outside. When Finn Delaney was back when he was Finn Diesel, back when he was second-team All-NBL type guy, that was a while ago, Jack. I was starting to think, is he getting long in the tooth? even though he's relatively a young man still. But Finn Delaney showed up in arguably the best shape he's ever been in his career. And he was hitting threes. He was getting into the paint. He was throwing around the rim. I thought, okay, I'm sorry. I'm now all on board with Finn Delaney at that 4 spot. And I like Jesse Edwards at the 5 spot for them, a younger, more athletic version of Marcus Lee. So, yep, Finn Delaney's turned me around.
Can I throw one at you?
Yes,
The Tasmanian Jack Jumpers. Are they better than what you thought they would be with Magnay, with Bannon, with Hamilton, with Johnson, with Campbell, plus the support they've got off the bench? Because to me, Derek, that was probably my biggest takeaway. Wins and losses aside, probably my biggest takeaway for the weekend is that the Tasmania Jack Jumpers can absolutely win this thing, and I think they look like a top 4 team.
100% Jack. Scott Roth, the head coach, the founder of the Jackie Way and the Defender Island, he's nailed it with those three imports. Absolutely nailed it. Because one thing about Tasmania, the way they've been playing since they've been in the league, is there's a certain style they play with, right? When they had Jack McVay and they won a championship, they had a certain style. And I feel like Scott Roth, he is starting to evolve to the point that, yes, I got some guys who can just go out and get a bucket. And it might not be the Jackie Way bucket. It might not be that way. It might just be individual brilliance. And I feel like Scott Roth is leaning more towards letting guys outside of the Jackie Way get buckets and be themselves more. So from that point of view, 100%. Also, the Jackie Way still exists. They're going to defend. They're going to play hard. They're going to craft the offensive glass. They're going to do all those intangible things that made us fall in love with the Ant Army, with the way they go about it. But they've added some individual brilliance. And, man, somebody's going to be real stiff to get the wooden spoon this year.
Well, I reckon that's the other thing out of it, Damon, is that it feels like everyone can take good things away from the Blitz. I mean, Brisbane, win one, had a really good win over Sydney. Second performance was a bit below standard. I think they'd be disappointed with that. We haven't spoken about them. You know, the Phoenix, I thought looked like they're starting to gel pretty quickly, and that's all coming together as well. Blindberg's got a little bit of work to do to learn how this league's going to function and the physicality. But Adelaide, we're without Montrez, we're without Isaac, we're without Cotton, but still got some good looks out of their youngsters as well. So I jumped on the plane and thought to myself, I don't feel like anyone's going to come away from the Blitz with a negative vibe about their week.
No, this is going to be the 1 year that we can remember, Jack, that every single team is improved, yet 4 of them ain't going to make the playoffs. And they're going to have a better roster. They're going to have way more talent. This season is going to come down to who can gel the quickest and the earliest. You cannot afford to drop a couple games in a row early in the season and play catch up. Every single team can beat every single team. And Jack, every single team can lose to every single team. This season is going to be completely off its head. I cannot wait.
I cannot wait either. Damon, thank you for joining us this morning from Darwin. I know you're watching on. You're doing some great things in the top end as well. But we will chat to you very, very soon because NBL Now will be coming at you daily very, very soon. So I appreciate your time and travel safe.
My man.